welcome everyone to episode 10 of Stay on Target, the official Hazard Time podcast. I'm your host, Liam, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Dmitri. How you doing?
Unfortunately.
So, I gave you a task of thinking of actors and actresses. Did you do that?
I thought of one.
Okay. You should have thought of more, because the topic for
I don't
today's
do anything you tell me to do.
Well, maybe you should, because the topic for today's podcast is overrated actors and actresses.
Overrated? How about underrated? Because mine fits into the underrated category.
Yeah, I have. Maybe we'll do underrated in podcast number 11.
I think we should do. Wait, 11?
Because this is 10.
I thought this was 9.
No, 9 was me and you talking about aliens and shit.
Oh, that's stupid. Stupid topic.
So I figured I would go first with an actor I think is overrated, and that could give you time to
Wait,
think.
let me guess.
What?
Alright, an overrated actor.
You're not gonna guess what I'm thinking.
I'm not gonna guess what you're thinking?
No.
You're thinking Tom Cruise.
Nope. For my first of overrated actors and actresses, I'm going Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yep.
God, I don't even like this so far. It's only been 2 minutes and 52 seconds. And you bring up Jamie Lee Curtis. Who's praising Jamie Lee Curtis so much?
I think people are praising her. I think she's very overrated.
The thing I've seen with Jamie Lee Curtis is like Halloween and maybe Pretty Woman, right?
I don't know. I mean, she was in True Lies. She was in Freaky Friday.
Yeah, Freaky Friday is good. True Lies is good.
See, here's the thing.
Oh,
Jamie...
Pretty Woman. What am I doing? Pretty Woman. It's not Jamie Lee Curtis. It's freaking. What's her name? Why is it escaping me? It's not. It's freaking...
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, Julia Roberts. Oh my god.
Schmodown.
Right?
But so Jamie Lee Curtis. Here's what happened with Jamie Lee Curtis. She was the lead girl in a very good and very popular horror movie,
Okay.
Halloween. Which Halloween is good. Halloween is a very good horror movie. But then suddenly,
I think we should talk about overrated movies because I think Halloween is on there.
Okay, hey, an overrated movie starring an overrated actress. There you go.
No.
Prove my point. Thank you, sir.
Right.
So suddenly people decide that they're gonna put her in a bunch of horror movies. Like she was in like Prom Night and these other. She's in like 5 horror movies in a row, and then she does Halloween 2. And I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal.
I'm really frustrated at that you mentioned Showdown because the only name I was thinking of when I was trying to think of Jamie Lee Curtis was Jane Fonda.
Mm.
It was like the only name that popped in my head.
For overrated, or just because you're thinking of Jamie Lee Curtis?
Well, I was just trying to think of Jamie Lee Curtis. I was trying to think of her name. Or no, I was trying to think of Julia Roberts. Yeah. And then all I could think of was Jane Fonda. Like Schmodown. It's like, yes.
It's a classic Schmodown moment. I'm surprised you know that. You haven't seen much of that.
No.
You've been secretly watching, just like you secretly watch pretty much it.
Every freaking day. Top supporter on Patreon.
You're the one who's been given $500 a month. That's why you can't go to Hawaii.
That's why they're still around, man. It's me.
But I don't see what's the appeal for Jamie Lee Curtis, because I'll be brutally honest here. You don't need much to be the lead girl in a horror movie.
That's true. You probably need the least of any.
You need to be moderately attractive, maybe willing to go topless, and run away and scream from bad guy. That's like all you need to be in a horror to be the female in a horror movie.
I could do it.
And like, oh, and you need to be somewhat passable for a high schooler, despite the fact that you're in your mid-20s.
I could do it. I think I checked all those back. I checked all those in the last update.
So
I even went topless.
I just think he's overrated. I don't get the appeal. I don't understand why Scream Queen is like a thing.
Scream Queen.
Like, why do they
It's like-
frequently recycle?
It's like action.
actresses?
It's action movie star. It's like that kind of thing, you know.
I
It's any
suppose.
it's any typecast role. Somebody does well in one movie, they're gonna put them in another.
Yeah.
And if they're moderately attractive, go topless. People like it.
Do you have any for overrated yet?
Overrated. Tom Cruise.
Do you really think Tom Cruise is overrated, or
Yeah, but I don't think he's really. I think people know that.
I don't think he's overrated. I'd say he's
Rated. He plays Tom Cruise in every one of his movies.
But
Like-
I have another good one. I think this person is overrated. Maybe not just as an actor, because I don't consider this person an actor. I guess a person as a person in general, and it's Shaquille O'Neal.
Where are you coming up with this? This is totally out of the woodwork, man.
Because I'm watching Hulu, and this like commercial for like a home alarm system comes up, and Shaquille O'Neal is in it, and I come to this revelation: like Shaquille O'Neal is like the Hollywood equivalent of a slut. Like he'll be in anything.
Hey, man.
You want some Shaquille O'Neal? He'll be in your shitty commercial. Shaquille O'Neal, he'll be in your bad Adam Sandler film. He'll cameo. It's like, does he not have standards? He's just doing everything. Sure, I'll be in Scary Movie 3.
Is he even in Scary Movie 3?
I don't know, 3 or 4. I don't think he was in any of the good ones, which is 1 and 2. Which is 1.
You can't say Shaquille O'Neal's overrated, alright?
He doesn't play basketball anymore.
He's the best rebounder the sport has ever seen.
He's one of those people who
Ferocious.
he's famous for what he used to be. So like a has-been.
Damn, man. Here's Hazard Time Podcast. He's calling Shaquille O'Neal out.
I
Shaquille
am.
O'Neal is a has-been.
Well, but what does he do? He shows up in a commercial for a home security system. He just stands there. He's not even saying anything. He's just standing in the commercial, staring off into the distance.
His stature as a person is exploited.
Gotta pay the rent. Gotta pay the rent today. My one-bedroom apartment in Milwaukee won't pay for itself.
I'm pretty sure Shaquille O'Neal's doing just fine.
Is he though?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty damn sure. Shaquille O'Neal is doing okay.
He's showing up in Paul Blart Mall Cop. I mean, come on, man.
Is he in Paul Blart Mall Cop?
He was in something like that. Some bad Adam Sandler / Kevin James movie. Maybe he was in Grown Ups, or all of the above. Who knows?
I don't think he was in a single movie that you've claimed he's in this whole time.
I bet he has. I'm gonna look it up right now. Shaquille O'Neal filmography quotation marks.
Shazam. Oh, what is that? There's like that's a Mandela effect or something.
Yeah, people think it's Kazam with Sinbad or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
It's one of them. Shaq Fu. This video game.
Let me see, Shaq.
Steel. Yeah, Kazam. He played Kazam. He was in Scary Movie 4, okay?
Oh my goodness.
He was in the Lego Movie.
Let me see. Let me go to film
Untitled Adam Sandler Halloween Netflix project.
Oh, come on. He was in Jack and Jill.
He was?
Gro- he was in Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2, The Smurfs 2.
He was in Grown Ups too? I don't see that.
He was Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, yeah, the Smurfs too. Alright, I stand corrected. Shaquille O'Neal's he's shit. It's the best rebounder the league's ever seen.
He's done Lip Sync Battle on that crappy TV show.
Yeah, but guess his star meter, he's number 31.
Who cares?
It's pretty good.
Do you have anybody else you want to call out on this podcast?
No, don't. Yeah, I think overrated. The internet always has to take something and ruin it. And I think
Are you doing the Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
You just did Keanu Reeves last episode. You just talked about this last episode, so you can't.
Oh. Well, on the topic of overrated, it's Keanu Reeves, man. Just one article or something about Keanu Reeves being a good guy, and all of a sudden, everybody is up Keanu Reeves. He's amazing. Now he's in Cyberpunk. Now he's doing this and that. Keanu Reeves saving children from burning orphanage. I don't know.
So, more people I'm going to call out and call as overrated. I'm thinking.
And I like Keanu Reeves. That's the sad thing. I like Keanu Reeves. The internet has to go and ruin everything and make it 20 times more important than it has to be. Keanu Reeves is a meme. I don't know how in the world Keanu Reeves became a meme. This is alternate 2019 timeline.
So I'm going to call out the Jimmys as being overrated.
Okay, we got Jimmy Fallon
and Jimmy Kimmel. I love that you knew exactly what I was saying.
Because I know you, and I know who you would choose.
The Jimmys. You don't need both of them. Get rid of one. I mean, what?
I can't tell them apart. I don't know who is who.
Exactly.
Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, I know who Jimmy Fallon is, but maybe I just don't know who Jimmy Kimmel is.
See, if I had to choose between them, I'd get rid of Jimmy Kimmel.
Who is Jimmy Kimmel? What is Jimmy Kimmel?
But if you can't get rid of Jimmy Kimmel, get rid of Jimmy Fallon.
It's just late night hosts. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. They are the same. Because I know this. They totally are the same. These people. They even do the same thing. Is lip sync karaoke? Is that what Jimmy Kimmel does, or is that what Jimmy Fallon does?
Wait a second. No, I would get rid of Jimmy Fallon, not Jimmy Kimmel.
See, you don't know. Why is nobody talking about this?
Jimmy Kimmel is the one I kind of like. Jimmy Fallon is the dumb one who does the lip sync, and is Jimmy Fallon the one who always has a broken finger or something for some reason?
I don't know, but Jimmy Kimmel is I think Jimmy Kimmel is what they extracted from Jimmy Fallon. No. It's the other way around. They extracted the good stuff from Jimmy Kimmel and made Jimmy Fallon, and now Jimmy Kimmel is just he's missing a chunk of himself. Maybe it's one of the two. One of them budded from the other.
Yeah. I think they just merged. There was a third Jimmy, and he split into two peoples and disappeared.
Well, exactly. Yeah. He just the main Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy Johnson. He's gone now. He split. He was like an amoeba who split into two people.
He phased out of existence.
Or maybe they just grew from Jay Leno's chin. But I mean, come on, you don't need both of them.
No, you definitely don't. I mean, I could watch one of them, and as far as I know, I'm watching the other.
We can hardly tell them apart.
It's
We
like if
both got them confused.
you cross your eyes, they become one. See, I swear Jimmy Kimmel does like the lip sync contest or whatever, but then
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's Jimmy Fallon.
this should be illegal, man. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. Now I'm questioning whether the other guy's name is Jimmy.
This is like the Martin Sheen, Michael Sheen conversation.
And the thing is, if you pull their like main Google page up, it's like practically it's hard to tell apart because it's like the same.
Well, I swear I
just, like,
searched.
flip back and forth.
I searched Jimmy Kimmel. When you search Jimmy Kimmel, it's like images of Jimmy Fallon are coming up. Like, what the hell is this?
God,
He must
and
be like
the plot thing.
less popular or something.
Jimmy Fallon, 6 foot tall, born in New York. Jimmy Kimmel, 6 foot tall, born in New York. You know, if we like flash them on screen really fast, like one after another, like over and over and over again, they'd just be known as Jimmy in your mind.
And while we're on the topic, I'll throw out another overrated, Conan O'Brien. I'm going after all these people. How many of these people do we need? They all do the same thing.
See, what they should do? They should just get like a. They all do the same thing, and even worse is it's not even like, oh, I watch Jimmy because he's on, he's on at this time. That's when I have time to watch. It's like, no, they're all on at like 12 o'clock.
We don't need two Jimmys. We don't need a Conan O'Brien. There's James Corden, the fat British guy you thought was Andy Richter.
I did, because I swear he is the Andy Richter, one of the Jimmys. Or no, Andy Richter is Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Andy Richter with Conan O'Brien.
What do they call it? He's his familiar
or whatever.
Yeah, he's his lapdog, and I swear, the fat British guy is Jimmy Fallon's lapdog or something. I don't know, one of the two.
No, I think James Corden has his own thing.
Did he start off as like?
I don't know. I mean, but he's British, so he wouldn't be like a lapdog for someone in America.
That's true.
He would be like a lapdog for someone in Britain.
That's true. Then that guy just came out of nowhere. Because I swear somebody else did. Like, I swear the guy who did Carpool Karaoke wasn't British.
Maybe they did. Maybe he stole it from someone who did it better. But I mean, I guess Stephen Colbert is okay.
Is he even around anymore?
All he does is talk about Trump now, and people are getting sick of that. But I'm like,
Jimmy Kimmel is the apathetic one.
Yeah.
I think he's like the severely apathetic one, and then Jimmy Fallon is like.
I think Jimmy Kimmel does the mean tweets. I like the mean tweets.
Yeah, the ones where the celebrities read them.
Jimmy Kimmel's like kind of like less out there, less public. He's the least famous of the two, so that's why you should keep him. Or you just need to get rid of them both, because once you get rid of one, the other is only going to increase in power.
Well, no, he's gonna slowly fade.
Interesting.
Because like without, they're both keeping each other alive. If one leaves, then the power of both of them is going to.
Who's like the British guy? Like Trevor Morgan? Is that someone?
Oh yeah. Irish, isn't he Irish?
That's Trevor Noah. That's not. I guess he's South African, but that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of John Oliver is who I was thinking of.
Yeah, John Oliver.
We don't need him either.
Yeah, we don't need any of these, like, late night host.
They're all overrated. What do they? What do they give us? You
They
know,
give us everything we just heard in the day.
regurgitating what the other one said an hour before. I mean, come on.
They're like they're like the original like YouTubers.
Hmm. Someone else overrated. I don't want to say Seth Farland is overrated because I do like some of the stuff he does, but Family Guy in general, I would say, is overrated because it's
Seth
just.
MacFarlane?
Is it Chef Seth MacFarlane or Seth Farland?
I think it's MacFarlane.
See, we don't even know. Someone overrated. It's like we got like a stamp, overrated stamp.
We just don't know shit, apparently.
So are they overrated or are we just ignorant? I'm gonna say they're overrated.
Yeah, I was about to say they're overrated, man.
We
They're
know
not
our
ignorant.
we know our stuff. We did just confuse the Jimmies and don't know Seth MacFarlane's last name.
But we know what we're talking about. Listen to us. When we say somebody's overrated, we mean listen.
Family Guy is Family Guy's just like Simpsons Light or whatever. It's all the same.
Any Simpsons overrated. But he says like, yeah, the last couple of seasons haven't been great. But I feel like they've been saying that for the last that's like 20 years.
Oh, I got another person who's overrated. And I'm not trying to be political with this, but I'm going to say Joe Biden, overrated. Why is he? Why is he a meme?
Apparently, he's like pretty misogynistic piece of crap.
Yeah, why is Joe Biden a meme? Like, I mean, he's he was the vice president, but vice president doesn't do jack shit. They're just around in case the president dies, so they can be president.
I'm surprised no vice presidents tried to assassinate a president yet.
That we know of. Maybe
Yeah,
that's.
right.
Well, I think that's what people think happened with Kennedy. I guess who benefits most from assassinating the president? The vice president.
The vice president. That's who's behind it.
I feel like they probably don't want to be president. Or see, like
Yeah,
the higher.
vice president's a sweet gig.
Yeah. And it's like the higher ups probably don't want them to be president either. So like if the president died and they became president, they'd be like, okay, you're not running for office again. We're getting rid of you as soon as the term's up.
Yeah, but like if you're vice president, you're probably getting a pretty good salary for doing nil.
Yeah, and then you're like set for the rest of your life too, because
They're gonna protect you and everything.
yeah.
So you get one guard the rest of your life. It's like the worst CIA guard there is.
Johnny Five Eyes.
He's basically the vice president of CIA guard.
Johnny Five Eyes. How would that work?
Johnny Five Eyes.
Would you have like glasses and then a monocle over one lens? Johnny Five Eyes.
It's like Johnny Six Eyes. Like he has glasses, and then he has like another pair of glasses with like the flip covers.
But then that would be that. But see, that's 6, not 5.
Johnny Five Eyes. He carries around one of those like snake cams.
Snake cams.
Like in Splinter Cell. Like you can, like look underneath the door with it.
Oh yeah.
He carries around one of those all the time.
Or he could have like the Spy Kids, like how they have like the lenses stick out, pop out to zoom in. So I just think he has like, or it's just sunglasses with one lens broken. Johnny Five Eyes can't afford to buy a new pair of sunglasses. That's why he's protecting the vice president.
It'd be a pretty sweet gig, actually, to be the CIA guy assigned to protecting like the vice president for the rest of his life. Because who's gonna do anything to him?
Well, someone could or might.
Yeah, but I mean, since when's the last time a vice president's been assassinated?
I mean, would we like know?
Oh,
Could that
exactly.
be?
So if we don't know, who's doing it?
Could that be like? Could that be? Would that be buried under the news? Like, uh, a former vice president was assassinated today. And in other news, Star Wars Episode 7 was just announced.
Like Mike Pence gets assassinated. Like that's on the news for a couple days, maybe.
I feel like Mike Pence getting assassinated, that would get noticed because like Trump would be
Yeah.
selling that up.
Would
See what
he
happened?
though? Would he? Like I feel like Trump's forgotten he has a vice president.
I think we've all forgotten he has a vice president because they don't do anything. And this one, the only reason we remember Joe Biden is because he's a meme.
Because he's a meme, it's true.
So I guess he's a like who was Bush's vice president? George W. Who was his vice president?
I think we should stop making ourselves out to be so ignorant.
No, I don't. Whoever he was, he's overrated too because he's not memorable enough.
Dick Cheney, that's who it is. The guy that killed that one guy.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on from Dick Cheney.
All right. Anyway, this episode has been a dumpster fire.
And
Great topic, man.
I have a good question. Who was Hillary Clinton's running mate? But no one remembers that.
Oh.
Some nobody.
Oh.
Because I remember who ran with John McCain. John McCain.
John McClane.
It was Sarah Palin.
Yeah. Hell
Because
yeah.
because people were talking about that. They're like, he's old. They're like, I don't know, he's old, and if he dies in office, she'll be president. I don't know if we want that. And I was like,
That would have been a great setup, man. John McCain, Sarah Palin. Been like a freaking like a buddy comedy in the White House. It's Tim Kaine.
oh, Tim Kaine. Isn't he like a? Doesn't he write Batman comics?
Um,
I swear to God, or maybe it's
Nah.
Tom Kaine.
I think it's Tom Kaine. Tom Kaine. No, he voices. He voiced. Wait, no. Did he voice Batman? No, Bob Kane. Maybe it's Bob Kane.
Too many Kanes. Get rid of them. We don't need them.
I think it's Bob Kane. Yes, Bob Kane. Bob Kane was he created Batman. God, we sound like idiots on this episode.
No, but there's another Kane. There's another Kane who is writing Batman stories. Maybe it's Tim Kaine.
Didn't we just look up Tim Kaine? No, Tim Kaine is a voice actor.
No, that's Tom Kaine.
No, oh shit.
Tim Kaine is an American economist serving as fellow research at Hoover Institute. He's a U.S. Air Force officer.
Batman. Right.
Because he's like writing a he was writing the Catwoman story where Batman and Catwoman like get married. And it's like a new thing. There's too many Kanes.
Is it Candy Cane?
Tom
Candy
Kaine.
Cane.
There's too many Kanes. It's like King.
It's Tom King. Tom King.
He's right. He's a Batman writer.
Yeah, that's the guy who did The Wedding.
See, it's too many. Get rid of them all.
You know who's overrated? Tom King.
Nah, he's good. I like him. Keep him. He's the only king or king we need. So who was Hillary Clinton's running mate? Do we remember after all this?
I think it's Tom King.
Are you sure?
No, actually, it might be Tim Kaine.
Tom Kane. Let me see. I don't know. It's not Tom Kane. It's not Tim Kaine. I don't think so. There's Thomas Keane.
Who's that?
He is a American businessman, academic administrator, and politician who served as 48th governor of New Jersey.
Act like I knew him.
Well, me and Tom Kane, we go way back. Okay, so now we gotta get back to Clinton to find out who her running mate was.
It was Tim Khan? Tim King Khan?
Khan.
Yeah, it was Khan. It was Tim Kaine, I'm pretty sure.
Tim Kaine with an E after the end of it. Fuck you, Tim
Yeah.
Kaine.
That's the not cool way to spell it.
Let's look at some vice presidents from elections. Vice presidents we've almost had.
Let's look at if you know any of them. Vice presidents.
I'm having trouble remembering like who they ran against sometimes. Like wasn't John Kerry one?
Yeah, John Kerry was a presidential running mate against Bush.
Wait, he was?
Yeah, John Kerry. I think he was running for president.
Yeah, he was running for president. That's what I said.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't remember his vice president.
Okay, so 2016 was Clump. Trump v. Clinton.
Captain Clump.
It's Crump and what it would be Clump and Trenton.
Well, this is something I didn't realize.
So then
How many presidents started off as vice presidents?
Barack Obama v. Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, please. Paul Ryan.
See, let's look at. Now, see if we go back and look at vice presidents.
Wait, John Kerry ran against Bush in his last term, in Bush's last term, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, who ran against Bush for Bush's first term?
Al Gore, I think.
That's right, Al Gore, the nut job.
Who was vice president?
For who?
Clinton.
Jeez, that makes sense. Now, so Bush v. Gore. Let's go back. It should be Clinton for his second term, I think. Bob Dole. Jack Kemp. Bob Dole. You'll remember Bob Dole.
Remember Bob Dole? Oh, Bob Dole.
That's right. Clinton beat H.W. Bush. Michael Dukakis, Floyd Bernstein, Dan Quayle.
The whitest bunch of freaking guys there ever has been.
Yeah, pretty much.
How come nobody's talking about like when's the first women vice president gonna come, huh?
You feel like they would.
You
feel like they would check that box first.
Yeah, you would check that box multiple times by now.
I feel like that would be easier because we don't really care, and it doesn't really matter who the vice president is. I mean, I'm sure the vice president is actually very important, and we're just completely ignorant again.
Yeah, but this episode is
Brought to you by
ignorance. That's us.
this episode is brought to you by the campaign for Vermin Supreme as president. You know who Vermin Supreme is?
This is Vermin Supreme.
He's the guy who runs for president every year. He wears like a boot on his head.
No. Oh yeah, actually I think I do.
Whoa.
You know what's crazy? Is there are only 5
There are only
living
what?
former vice presidents. There are only 5 living former vice presidents.
Yeah, it's because Johnny Five Eyes doesn't want to protect them forever. They're laying in their sleep.
It's because they have Johnny Five Eyes.
They're lying down in their sleep, and he comes up with a pillow and like, watches them. It smothers them in their sleep.
This is the first couple times, but gets him eventually.
His depth perception is so off.
Just wake up to him like totally messing him with the pillow. Yeah, I'm gonna get you now.
You know what is crazy? Like going back in time, like looking at some of these elections and like which state voted for who, you get some like landslides. Like to re-elect Clinton, only like one state didn't vote for him.
Damn.
That was Massachusetts.
Wow. Massachusetts. I'm gonna listen to them from now on.
And then, let me see. I think Reagan, like the decision to re-elect Reagan, only Minnesota didn't vote for him. I mean, that was a landslide, 525 to 13. You don't see that anymore. We're so divided.
There's no more landslides like the old days. You know, they should have to. Vice president should have to be elected as well.
I think
So, like, you could get the other guy as vice president.
what I honestly think would make sense is just vice president is whoever doesn't win.
Well, that's how it used to be.
I don't think it was. It's not very long.
That's how it used to be. I think so. Let's see.
Could you imagine Trump and his vice president is Hillary Clinton?
God. You want to know what's worse than Trump being president? Trump being vice president.
See, I feel like if it was implemented like a long time ago, that the vice president was just whoever loses the presidency to the president, I feel like we wouldn't be in this situation because they wouldn't put people together who would like never work together. The Democrats and Republicans would both put someone in office that could work with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like no scenario where like Trump is president and Hillary's vice president, or Hillary's president and Trump is vice president. That would never work.
Well, like, gotta make it work.
That would be anarchy, and both parties would know it.
Gotta do some icebreakers and some team building exercises.
I just got a text from Richard, actually.
A text?
Well, you know, a Facebook Messenger thing. He was talking. He knew we were talking about overrated people. He wanted us to mention how overrated he thinks Onion Kid is.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't get why he thinks he's so overrated, but you know.
Richard calling an Onion Kid like that.
It's crazy.
Is Onion Kid still doing his thing?
Who cares? I mean, not even worth calling out. It's like someone calling me out. Like, what would be the point? That has your time so overrated. Sure. I
Like,
guess
I
I am.
agree.
Have anybody who's overrated? Anybody want to add to this overrated conversation?
I don't really think of a lot of overrated people.
I guess we're getting off of overrated actors and actresses. Oh, I have another one that's going to be a pretty hot button topic of overrated actors. Uh, Dwayne Johnson. I think he's overrated.
Totally.
I don't know why the hell he's got to be in everything, and people think he's God's gift to humanity.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Dwayne Johnson.
I, I have like a whole lump of people who I think are overrated. The cast of the Expendables trilogy. Overrated, with the exception of Harrison Ford.
I'm surprised he did that.
Me too.
Expendables 4 is... I don't know if that's coming out or not.
Isn't it going to be all females? Which is like,
Oh my god.
I don't think you can do that because
There,
I thought Expendables was supposed to be these has-been action stars playing.
yeah, that's the point. It's like, what are they gonna do now?
It's just going to be like it'll just be Sigourney Weaver and Linda Hamilton.
It'll be, which is quite enough right there, actually. It'll be like what Ghostbusters did.
But see, it wouldn't be like Ghostbusters would do because they couldn't. There isn't enough there isn't enough has-been female action heroes to fill an Expendables movie. So it would just be so either they can't do it or it wouldn't be Expendables anymore. It would be like, you know, current female action movies stars, which would be better, but it wouldn't be Expendables. It would be
Mila Jokovic.
yeah, it would be her and Charlize Theron and whoever the hell else. So either it's not Expendables or it can't exist.
Either way, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Just like Expendables 4 with male action stars shouldn't happen.
It's so gimmicky, and I can't believe it made more. I can't believe it made more after the first movie. The first movie was just a gimmick. It's like, well, you get to see all these people in one place together, but not really because we're selling you Schwarzenegger and Willis, but they're not really in this at all. So
Yeah, the first one they weren't even in it really. It's like I had one scene.
it's basically like Expendables is really two has-beens and a bunch of never wers.
You got Stallone.
I know. I mean, Stallone. I guess
yeah.
Stallone and I'd say Ludgren or Ludgren, Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
Ludgren. They're the two has-beens. And then there's a bunch of never wers. You know, Randy Couture. Who even is that?
Randy Couture, man, freaking UFC royalty.
Well, you got Randy Couture and Mickey Rourke. A couple never wers.
Who is somebody who is rated to you? How about that? Let's go rated. Like, you know what?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's badass, man. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Joel Edgerton. Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, huh?
I'd say Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. What's the last good thing Vin Diesel's done?
Furious. Whatever the last one was.
He's like not even a part of those movies anymore.
He is. They got rid of the
best thing he did was like the last scene.
They got rid of Rock and Statham. They're in Hobbs and Shaw or whatever. Did you see Hobbs and Shaw?
No,
Do you care about it at all?
no.
Can I tell you who the cameos, the surprise cameos are?
Yeah,
Spoilers, audience, if you care
yeah.
about Hobbs and Shaw.
Spoilers.
You shouldn't, but if you do, stop listening. Uh, there are two cameos. Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart have officially joined the Fast and Furious franchise.
That's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. He's, and no one else sees it coming, but I'm seeing it coming. Because have you heard about all the controversy between like Vin Diesel and The Rock, and then there was more about like Tyrese Gibson and The Rock? I mean,
No.
well, apparently like Tyrese Gibson is all mad at The Rock for making them wait to film Fast and Furious 9, and he's saying like how Hobbs and Shaw the movie sucked and whatnot. But here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. They're fooling us. They're pulling the rug underneath us, okay? Because Fast and Furious, it has this like big ensemble people, It's like the family. You got Vin Diesel, you got Tyrese, Ludacris. Who else is in the Fast and Furious movies?
Uh,
Michelle Rodriguez.
yeah.
Uh,
Jason Statham.
no, he's not there anymore.
Oh. Yeah,
Uh,
Ludacris, Tyrese, whatever.
Han Solo is dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Both of them.
That Luke guy.
Luke. Oh, from
The
Tokyo Drift.
yeah,
Is his name Luke or is his actor's Luke?
I think his actor's name is Luke. I don't remember. Actually, it might be. I think it might be both.
No.
No, Paul Walker is.
But anyway, Vin Diesel has his team, right? And so
Yeah.
now we got Hobbs and Shaw. That's Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. But now they're bringing in Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart because they make sense, I suppose. And so they're going to start building their team, okay? And all this fake conflict between the actors is just setting up for like
The next
family,
movie, yeah.
for like family versus other family.
But that's what it was in like 5, wasn't it? Or 6? Like it was when Dwayne Johnson was bad.
Yeah.
Like it was his team versus the family.
It was him versus the family. He
Him
had like
versus everybody.
he had like I think he had like nameless minions, but that didn't
Yeah.
really count. Nameless minions don't count.
So now he's got a team.
Yeah, he's got his own family. His family's going to go create that family because the family.
I feel like he's gonna make like a giant launcher and like shoot Kevin Hart out of it.
I can
Like-
just see the trailer.
Infiltrate the ranks of the family.
I can just see the trailer. Like, you're not going to put me in there. Yeah. It's there's good. Here's the trailer. There's going to be the launcher, and then it's going to be Kevin Hart looking at it. He's going to go, "You're not putting me in there." It's going to be a close up of Dwayne Johnson's face, and then you're going to see Kevin Hart flying through the air. Ah! He's going to like hit Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel will explode or something. It's going to be like Fast and Furious 27. There's the trailer.
I just don't even care.
So, you ready for the Spider-Man Far From Home spoilers?
You know,
There's no way you haven't gotten it spoiled. I would highly doubt that.
actually, I haven't. I almost have. Like, I wasn't sure, but I've forgotten what was said. So, like, I was reading an article and it said something about like this and that, and I was like, huh. I was like, all right, that's how it is. And then I just forgot about it.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
It's got something. Wait, spoilers, audience.
Yeah, I mean, they've already seen it. If they care about it, they've seen it.
If they're still listening by now, then I applaud them because this episode has been garbage.
I think this has been a good episode, but whatever.
It's been a terrible episode. I
Do
feel like
you
an
want?
idiot after this episode.
Do you want to know the spoilers? Or
Is
not?
it like a multiverse thing?
Not really. Want me to
Looking at
tell you what it is?
Wikipedia page for vice presidents for the last 20 minutes. What?
Okay, spoilers, people. Last chance. J.K. Simmons is back as J. Jonah Jameson.
That's the spoiler.
Yeah.
I don't care.
See, I know. You're like, no, I don't want to know. Wait, don't tell me yet. It's like, yeah, that he's back as J. Jonah Jameson.
How big of a moment was that in the movie?
It was like the post-credit scene.
Oh. Spider-Man! I want Spider-Man! Give me Spider-Man!
I don't know how I feel about it because one, I like what he did as J. Jonah Jameson, and if he's just doing more of that, it'll be good. But then also, I'm such
I
a
feel like he
big
doesn't.
fan. I'm such a big fan of the Raimi stuff that it feels kind of like a fuck you to the Raimi stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna take your best stuff and we're getting our
It,
stuff. And
it
fuck
also
you.
feels like he doesn't really fit the Marvel universe. Yeah, I don't know. It was good within the context of the Raimi movie, but not with the Tom Holland ones.
Yeah. All we really care about is Venom 2.
You know, it's true. It's
Venom
completely
2,
true.
directed by Andy Serkis, man.
Really?
That movie's gonna kick ass.
Wait, is it really directed by Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
That's so random.
How's it random?
Why is Andy Serkis directing Venom 2?
Because he's a director. He directs movies.
What else has he directed?
He directed another. I think he's directed like two other movies.
He did like The Hobbit, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, he was second unit director as The Hobbit. And then he directed another movie, and then he directed the Mowgli movie on Netflix.
Yeah, but then how does he go to Venom 2?
I guess they think he's a good director, and they want to make him direct. And he can do like motion cap for. Imagine him doing cool motion cap for Carnage and shit. Like you get rid of Woody Harrelson in his clown wig and just have Andy Serkis play Carnage.
Oh, we're not getting this movie for a long time.
Venom 2?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a long time. I'd say 20. 21 probably.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm not feeling Andy Serkis directing Venom 2.
This is like one of the best possible choices.
What do you mean? You would not say somebody who should direct Venom 2? Like, oh, Andy Serkis.
Well, I wouldn't say it because I wouldn't think about it, but now that it's said, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I see that. I can agree with that.
Bullshit.
No, yes.
Bullshit.
You just don't know.
I don't know. It's Andy Serkis. He has done anything that would say like, he should direct this hardcore action Marvel movie.
But you don't. All you know him from is Lord of the Rings. That he did. All you know is that he did Gollum.
Yes,
That's all you know.
But there are people that are probably more established that could do better.
Yeah, I feel like he's a good. I feel like he's a good choice.
Who directed the first Venom? Since that was good, let's see who directed the first one. Why didn't they just bring him back?
Because now,
Or she or he?
because now they wanted to make this one. Because now they want to make this one better.
The first one was so great. I would be fine with more of the first. Ruben Fleischer. He directed Zombieland, 30 Minutes or Less, and Gangster Squad.
Zombieland overrated. Whole movie overrated.
I agree.
And freaking Jesse Eisenberg. He's overrated too. He plays the same snarky, quippy, fast-talking guy. Freaking. Did you see Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
That crappy Lex Luthor he's doing.
I feel like that was the script.
Like, yes, no, hmm, hmm,
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
oh, It's like so ridiculous than that. It's nonsense. You see, I want to find like a good clip of like
I don't need a good clip. I know what it is.
there's like a cut of him just like of just him speaking nonsense in the movie.
Again, probably the writing, not Jesse Eisenberg.
But can he be like, no, I don't want to just play the same damn character over and over again.
Yeah, and then they said, "Do you want a lot of money?" And he's like, "Sure, I'll do whatever you want."
Who else can we call out as who else can we call out as overrated in our ignorance?
Well, hell, let's just call it anybody then. Probably make a case for it.
Overrated. The older Manning.
Peyton?
Yes. Overrated
Yeah,
too.
bit of a schlock.
I think Eli's better.
Both of them have done Papa John's advertisements, so you know
Yeah.
they probably both file into overrated.
Although he's doing like he's doing the State Farm or
Allstate.
Nationwide. All no, I don't think he's doing Allstate, is he?
That is State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He's at
Yeah,
Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
They're all they're all overrated too. We don't need all of them.
God damn this! Everything's the same. Just give us one insurance company, one Kimmel, one Jimmy, one comic book writer,
One Manning.
one vice president.
You just reuse the same vice president until he dies.
Exactly. Elected to office just like the freaking judge. Just keep him there forever.
Actually, no, that's like I think the biggest problem in America is the fact that these people are stuck in office forever.
It's a terrible problem. But vice president, that would be the perfect thing to do it with.
And then more people would want to be vice president than president. To be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, but then guess what? They have to wait like a long time.
Then we just solved the world's economic problems.
Yeah.
I have someone else who's overrated. I just the Blake Shelton guy or Blake Sheldon, the country singer who's on the
You told me to
Voice.
think of actresses and actors. And so far you've named Shaquille O'Neal, Peyton Manning, Blake Shelton.
Interesting point. Overrated
You
actors.
know who's overrated?
Who?
You don't know who's really overrated? We're
Well,
overrated.
no, we're underrated. Okay, our audience will agree with you. Will agree with us on that.
I would have left by now, a long time ago.
No, you wouldn't have. You, if you were, if you were exactly like yourself and you heard this podcast, you would like it.
I guess so. I'd be like, yeah, you know what?
You'd be like, yeah, there are too many Jimmys.
Well, no, I'd be like, freaking idiots. But I'd be continuing to listen. Because I'd be like, these guys are great. Freaking idiots. Bunch of imbeciles.
Don't even get me started on overrated YouTube people.
Yeah, that's everyone. YouTube itself is overrated nowadays.
There's like 3 good channels on YouTube. You want to know what they are?
Hazard Time Productions.
No. Here's pretty much it. Red Letter Media and Hazard Time.
Productions.
Hazard Time Productions doesn't do anything anymore.
That's true, they're overrated. They
They're
were
not.
good, but now they just want to ride the coattails of what they've already done.
They're not overrated. They're not even rated. They got 24 subscribers. Don't do anything in years.
Pathetic.
I know.
What they do? They put out like a couple commentary tracks for their old stuff,
It's ridiculous.
stringing us along.
Riding the coattails of that Hazard Time promo.
Still haven't seen more, or much more.
Waiting for episode 4 of the podcast.
Idiots can't even make 4 episodes of a podcast.
I've made it up all the way to 10. Double digits, baby.
If you're listening to this one, it's 10. If you're not listening to this, it never came out, so we never made it past 9 probably.
I don't get who that message was intended for, but okay. Overrated. I think we do need to find more overrated actors and actresses because,
Johnny Depp.
yes, good. Johnny Depp, definitely
Good.
overrated.
Let the hate flow through you, Johnny Depp.
I mean, come on, what? He puts on face paint and acts goofy. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right,
Right.
Google. Tell me what overrated actors there are. The most overrated actors of all time.
Ooh, I got a good one. Brie Larson,
Brie Larson. Oh my god.
Captain Marvel girl.
Don't get me started on that. She's like the worst actor in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Actress, whatever.
She's got like such a smugness to her too.
She does. It's so smug. Her smugness glares through her character.
And
It's like she's playing Captain Marvel, but as a smug Brie Larson.
And the problem is she doesn't have like the humility that like Robert Downey Jr. had. Sure, Robert Downey Jr. was a little smug, but he was also humble at the same time.
And she also doesn't have the experience. Not the experience, but that's the word I'm looking for. She doesn't have the chutzpah to back it up.
That was the word you're looking for, chutzpah?
No, it wasn't, but that's the word I used.
What's that word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, McCool. Yeah, that's right.
She doesn't have the track, she doesn't have the evidence. There's no chutzpah, you know what I'm saying?
Chutzpah.
This is a terrible list.
McCool.
Number 2 is Robert Pattinson. That's wrong.
Robert Pattinson's underrated. You kidding me? What's wrong with you people? Damn bastards.
Actors right
But seriously, and like, watch. If you or the audience at home ever has free time, watch videos of the Avengers, like other cast members in interviews with Brie Larson. You can tell by like their body language they don't want to be there and they don't want to be with her, like talking about. I don't think they like her.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can't say all of his movies. Just think he's overrated. I think it's just like all of his movies are the same, and he just relies on over-the-top violence for the interesting part of his movie.
Yep.
It's a fair opinion.
See, I feel like sometimes you can say something that is super popular is still underrated because it can always be more popular.
It could always be more appreciated, yeah.
Like Jurassic Park. I think that's a very underrated movie.
I don't think it is at all. Actually, I think it's quite rated.
I think it's underrated.
Nowadays, it's just kind of ruined itself. So
No, I think Jurassic Park is a very underrated movie. People should be throwing that on their top 10 of all time lists. But no.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
And Lost, very underrated TV show.
Yeah. Oh, Lost is one of the most underrated TV shows there is, man.
Mm-hmm. And Lord of the Rings, I can't say Lord of the Rings is underrated. Lord of the Rings is incredibly popular.
Harry Potter, that's underrated.
Harry Potter is so overrated. Give me a break. The movies, especially.
Tom Hiddleston. I think Martin Freeman's overrated.
Yeah. No, I would disagree with that. You're wrong, sir.
Okay, well, I disagree with you.
But Benedict Cumberbatch, definitely overrated. And Tom Hiddleston, definitely overrated. I think Loki as a villain is overrated.
See, yeah, I mean, I remember people giving Loki a lot of praise when Avengers came out, but I feel like over time it's kind of simmered down, and I don't know anything else that Tom Hiddleston's done. So
Cumberbatch is in everything. I mean, jeez.
yeah, I love his Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is good. I just think he's overrated.
Fair enough.
He has so many fans, and there's not much there, guy. Ooh, I'll tell you another overrated. Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
See, you gotta be more. You gotta be well known and popular for more than just one thing.
Unless you hit that thing out of the park.
I don't know. I think you gotta be more than.
At least two things, fine. You gotta do at least two things good. You got like Robert Downey Jr. though.
He was in Sherlock Holmes.
Well, exactly. See, he's got two things.
Well, and let's see, Chris Evans. I'm gonna look up I like looking up the Rotten Tomatoes of people. So like it will rank the Rotten Tomatoes of their films. That's always interesting. Chris Evans Rotten Tomatoes.
Daniel Day-Lewis just one big stinking Rotten Tomato. You want to know somebody overrated? Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of trash, Chris Evans. Jeez. But
He's got 100% with Superpower Dogs.
oh, great. Snowpiercer is good, but I don't know about how much you would put of that on him. And what's Endgame doing at 94%? Come on. Oh, overrated Neil Patrick Harris.
Guy's pretty talented. Does it all.
I mean, he's fine as like a musician or whatnot, but he's overrated as an actor. Yeah, he was in How I Met Your Mother. Big whoop-de-doo.
That's an overrated show, let me tell you what.
Katie Sackhoff, overrated too. Yeah, you were in Battlestar Galactica. Whoop-de-doo.
I think
Firefly.
I'm done making a fool of myself.
Yeah, right. You're never done making a fool of yourself. Don't you know that?
God damn, that was harsh.
Burn.
I'll give it to you. It was good. Now I feel bad. I'm really gonna leave.
God, don't just randomly leave, Richard. Any last overrated or underrated people you can think of? Who was the actor you came up with, by the way?
For what?
You said you had an underrated one.
Had an underrated actor?
Yeah, I told you to
Oh
think of.
yeah, underrated actor. It's Patrick Wilson.
American Horror Story, Patrick Wilson?
Is he in that?
I think he is.
I know him from The Conjuring,
Yeah.
the Annabelle movies.
No, Patrick Wilson isn't an American Horror Story.
No.
American Horror Story. It's like Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott.
Shoot. Who am I thinking of here? Murder House.
That's like the new one, isn't it? On
Dylan
Netflix.
McDermott and Dermot Mulroney. You know what else needs to be gotten rid of? We don't need Keith David and David Keith.
David Keith.
Yeah. There's a Keith David and a David Keith. We don't need both of them.
Who is David Keith? David Keith.
One was in the thing. Keith David was in the thing, correct?
No. I know Keith David. Keith David's. Oh.
The Chicken Dog Predator was horrible.
Yeah. Ah. Oh my God, that's
Science lady or whoever she was.
well, Olivia Munn. We can call her Olivia Munn.
Oh, yeah, she's overrated too.
Like, oh yeah.
What is she just? She's just got the gamers all hot and bothered because she was on G-Force all those times, or G4, not G-Force.
Well, she originally came from G4, and then I guess because literally she was hot. Like that was it. Like they kind of just said, "Oh, well, let's just make her a thing." Like,
isn't that the same that like Sarah Underwood?
Yeah, but she just wasn't as successful.
It's I don't know. I guess it's almost more pathetic for the guys. I mean, you know, like Olivia Munn, she's just capitalizing on the situation.
Yeah,
it's the real problem is the sad, pathetic, lonely gamer guys who turned her into a big thing. You know, with their
and like what? Look at her major roles, like
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes, Psylocke. She's like half naked in the movie.
These sad, lonely gamer people getting their YouTube channels with G-Force videos of her getting popular and hundreds of subscribers and stuff.
Whatever, man. Get out of here.
That was like after Austin McConnell shot me out and my subscribers like shot through the roof, went from 600 to 5,000 in 2 days.
Yeah.
Those were good times. Oh, that was crazy. That was...
I know. By the second time, you just didn't. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Another Reddit shout out was nice. Got me like a 2,000 subscriber bump.
There is something interesting though.
What?
That my episode or my update definitely got more views because of the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, it tells you how, because, like, no one remembers that the thumbnails are color-coded to who is on them.
Yeah, well, how come there's a different color in the thumbnail, though?
No one remembers
something.
No one remembers your little stint back in April where you were in charge for, like, 3 days.
Because most of the people probably weren't even around.
Yeah. I think it would definitely be cool to have Austin McConnell on my podcast.
Sure they were. Who is Review Bra?
He's like some YouTube meme thing. I don't know. But it's weird because it's like they think that I have that control. Like he's got like a million. He's got like 1 million subscribers. Like you should cross over with him. Like, if he wants me to.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
It's like, I mean, he's in the position to ask me because he's, I would gladly cross over with any YouTuber out there, but they gotta, they have to invite me. I'm not powerful enough to be like, hey, PewDiePie, you wanna be on my channel? He probably gets weird people doing that all the time. You bet. I got 100 subscribers. Be on my channel. Like,
I want to know. Okay, so you have 600 views, 500 views, 500 views, 500, 500, 700 on all these updates. So what do people do when they see rummage sale movies pop up on their?
I guess they don't watch it.
I guess they just say screw you. Like I don't really care.
And that's pretty sad because the rummage. Oh my god, the rummage sale movie I put up Friday. It was like one of the best I did. Did you watch it?
No, what makes it so good?
You just have to watch it. I really liked it. I thought it was really funny. I've seen some. I haven't seen that many shitty movies.
Did you figure out what the surprise movie was?
Nope, not yet.
Man, what did Richard say?
I don't think he was as amazed as you were.
Okay, I'm not amazed. I don't know. I think I definitely hyped it up way too much.
Out Cold was terrible. I can't believe you liked that movie.
But I do find it interesting that you thought it was an Xbox game. That's what I find most interesting, and I will tell you why after you figure out what it is.
Would I know why?
Maybe it's a bit of a deep cut, so.
Interesting. But Out Cold was awful. So was Ghosts of Mars. I know you like.
Ghost of Mars is awesome, man.
No way! It's so dumb.
It's got Ice Cube.
Whoop-de-doo. Overrated too. You were in a rap group. Amazing.
You need to get some culture, man. Tell you what.
And people who I think are overrated. Anybody who drops their nickname.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Like,
what makes you think? What gives you the right to drop your nickname? Think you're above your nickname now?
Like Dwayne Johnson did it. He dropped the rock. Ice Cube started to do it more and more, isn't he?
Not that I know of. Oh my god.
Like, oh no, 50 Cent has been dropping it to Curtis Jackson, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, he's been doing that a while ago. Was it Clive McGolferson channel?
Huh?
Clive McGolferson channel.
Huh?
My god. Just realized that the commentary track is now a year old.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Sometime Productions.
I think Ludacris did it too.
Yeah.
Which, why would you drop Ludacris? That's great. But it was like in the Fast and Furious movie, and it was like, and also starring Brian Stevens. Like, who's that?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have some chutzpah if you think that your real name is better than Ludacris, and you're more important now. That people should go by your real name. Like, you know what? I think I'm well known enough to go by Steve Johnson or something.
Well, I actually think in the Ludacris's name is Christopher Bridges, and I think in the last Fast and Furious movies he was like Christopher Ludacris Bridges. So I think he's trying to subtly fade Chris Bridges into it, so he can fade.
By the way, that's me, everybody.
By the way, my name is Chris. Hello. Hey, Christopher. Chris Ludacris. I get it. We are idiots. Our what is it? It's not our incompetence. Our ignorance is showing again. Just now figuring out what probably everyone else knew.
Oh man.
We talk about pretty dumb name, Dwayne Johnson, like wrestling name to be The Rock.
The Rock. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Because if you were in wrestling, wouldn't you want your name to be like really cool?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
You can be Dwayne the Annihilator Johnson, or Dwayne The Rock. I don't know. just reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the boulder, talking to the third
The
person.
boulder.
The boulder is no. The boulder is conflicted over fighting a female. Whatever it was.
It's like
It's a
the
good show.
boulder is over.
Ooh, another overrated. Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, Macho Man. Sorry,
And kind of,
brother.
I guess, kind of like a not good dude. Also,
Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of human garbage.
I love when they're talking about him and It's Always Sunny, and they're like describing his appearance. Like, cause he's so weird too. What do they say about him? Like, I gotta find out what they say about him. It's Always Sunny, Hulk Hogan. Especially because Randy Savage is so much better.
Randy Savage is like the cool of Hulk Hogan, just not the Hulk Hogan of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, okay. So this is what Dennis has to say about Hulk Hogan in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That is Hulk Hogan's signature look. Blonde Chinese hair and skin of a hot dog. It's awesome.
Skin of a hot dog. It's awesome. It is. It's really gross.
The golden god is spoken.
It's like that snake neck thing that, like, Sylvester Stallone's got going on.
I gotta look up pictures of that. You excited for Rambo Last Blood?
Was that ever on a podcast when we actually talked about what it was
Yeah.
going to be?
I don't know if it was
Good.
on a podcast, but it might have been. Maybe
That
one of the
needs-
ones you. Maybe one of the ones you edited.
Well, it needs to be because, like, I remember hearing about that for the first time. Like, that's awesome. Why didn't they make it that?
Ooh, I got a good question for you. What are you more excited for? Rambo Last Blood or Terminator Dark Fate?
God, man. I got Linda Hamilton on like the freaking grossness train.
I love James Cameron's quote. He goes, he's talking about Linda Hamilton, and he refers to her as a bad grandma with a gun. It's like, is this supposed to get me excited?
It's like just like one of those creepy things you see on cops.
Because I hate the over-exaggerated action hero stuff. Like, the thing I hate the most in movies.
Hostile Gato.
The thing I hate the most in movies is loose cannon cop who doesn't play by the rules. I hate that. I hate it. It's immediately what turned me off of Predator 2 because he was that exemplified.
He's a loose cannon cop who doesn't play.
So, Terminator Dark Fate or Rambo Last Blood?
I'm gonna use my get out of jail free card.
I guess if I had to pick one of those, I would pick Rambo because I think Rambo has a better track record than Terminator.
I mean, it's safe to say that I'm not gonna see either of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Terminator 1, Terminator 2. I love Rambo.
I've seen
love
the first Rambo.
Yeah, First Blood Part 2.
So all I've ever seen is the first one.
But like, I'm not gonna watch these new ones. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care.
I'll tell you, Rambo Last Blood just kind of looks like a Logan knockoff.
I hurt myself today.
Although if we're talking songs and trailers, I would much rather have Hurt by Johnny Cash than I'm the hunter, I'm going hunting. Why is that the song in Terminator Dark Fate? I don't understand it. You honestly know what song they should have used in Terminator Dark Fate trailer?
Mhm.
Can you guess?
No, what? Well, you just freaking dun 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 dun.
Exactly.
Dun, dun.
That's what you do. That's all you gotta do.
Seriously,
You got something as good as that, you use that.
every time.
That's all you need. Like, imagine the Halloween movies with. Imagine, new Halloween trailer comes out and they don't have that. Terminator 2 is one of the great theme songs. It's like Star Wars marketing that. It's like, imagine Star Wars Episode 9 trailer has some weird hippies, some weird song. I'm going to. I'm going hunting.
Oh man, I gotta go. This is too much.
Okay,
It's actually not a lot at all, but I'm just tired, man.
it's gonna be about like 30
just wanna
minutes of
go.
podcast after we edit it down. So yeah,
God, I'm
pretty
thinking about
tired.
just taking that whole beginning out.
What whole beginning?
The whole. At least we were, somewhat less idiotic at the end.
Just said a lot of bad things in the beginning.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the more controversial episodes when you call people out. There's going to be some Jimmy Blank fan who's like, yeah, that Kimmy, awesome.
Shaquille O'Neal's gonna go out on Twitter like, I don't know who this Hazard Time is, but if I see him, I'm gonna crush him.
I would love that. I would honestly love it.
Get like this beef with Shaquille O'Neal.
What is like, what's he doing? Showing up on this commercial? Come on, man.
And tomorrow you get like 20,000 more subscribers.
I feel like the stuff we really have to worry about is the Brie Larson stuff.
I don't care about that. I stand by that.
That's the stuff we really need to worry about, because now we're sexist. I stand by the Terminator Dark Fate stuff. That movie looks fucking awful. I'm the hunter. I'm going hunting. Although the one thing I'll say about the Dark Fate trailer is it did give us that song. I can't tell you how many times I'll just randomly say that to myself. I'm the hunter. I'm going hunting.
The funny thing is, like, I had watched it and I was like, this song's kind of weird. Like, it's like originally before I'd even talked to you about it, and then you just kind of like ingrained it into my head. It's terrible. It's like it's a bad song choice. Yeah, I got you. I don't fall for that anymore.
Yeah. So I guess we should start wrapping this garbage fire of an episode up.
Yeah, it's all right if you hate us.
Okay, well,
even more.
Thanks for listening, guys, and I will see you next time.